one that had all the zombies.
Or the
might be like.
They had tons of zombies. Like that guy kept running, then looking back and shooting.
Yeah, what is it? The end or something?
Oh, tomorrow or something like that. Days Gone.
It should be fun because, but not the other people. Because it's a 2-player and online, so.
Like you'd be able to play with it up to 4 people online.
4 people online.
Look at The Walking Dead.
I'm just gonna watch this because it hasn't stopped yet.
It also gives you
it's just my stream from the other day.
You playing it?
I usually just throw up.
Seems like you did very good.
Check that out.
Well, I beat this game before, but I lost my game save, so I'm going back through it again.
Got 7 days, so.
Is it a little hard?
That other one, yep.
Some parts of it are hard, but Mario's not too hard.
I don't really like Mario anymore.
The game's pretty cool.
I like Mario.
I know Mom does, but I don't really.
What do you know about that game there?
It's a cool game. It's like a detective story, and you gotta like. The graphics are really cool. You gotta like actually read faces of people when you interrogate them and kind of decide if they're lying and stuff like that.
Cool.
A lot of like killing and stuff too. Kind of Grand Theft Auto. Or?
It's not quite like Grand Theft Auto. I mean, there are parts where you're like driving around and stuff, but for the most part, you're just like it's more of an I don't know how to describe it even really. You're trying to solve the murder mystery thing. It's really good. If you don't like it, you got 7 days to bring it back.
Right.
So, yeah, it is cool. It's different though. It's not. I wouldn't compare it to Grand Theft Auto though.
Okay.
You want to try
It's
it?
more mind.
Yeah.
See, I would like that.
And more stress.
Like,
Yeah,
we'll
I'll
try
help
it
you.
again. Okay.
It's really cool, but it's different.
When you get home, if Dad wants to play it.
They always make good games though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they don't make enough of them.
Yes.
Is what it
Okay,
is.
thanks.
Yeah. They're working on the newest Red Dead at the moment.
Right. Been waiting. It was supposed to come out in October. And
It's got delayed a little bit.
right.
Yeah. But they do make good games.
Sure do.
Sorry.
But part of the reason they're so good is because they take their time and they perfect them.
Right.
So.
Enchilada.
No used
Ugh.
virtual.
Now at the moment I'm out. I'm even out new. I've only got one of those ever traded in.
Wow.
$53.91's the total. Hopefully I'll get some more new ones this week. So.
Oh, this is the game where you turn into like monsters.
You can throw your hat at them and whatever.
Yeah, and
your
you'll
hat
turn
lands
into
on,
them.
You turn. Yeah, you basically.
Yeah, I've
possess
seen
them.
people play this.
Yeah.
I don't know what the floor stuff is. I think it might be like acid or something.
Yeah, it's like poison. So like if you touch it, you die. You like sink in it and die.
Huh.
On that level.
This seems like a hard level.
The levels, you know what? None of the levels are particularly hard, but the way you go to the next level is you got to get the moons. You got to find the moons in the level, and you got to have so much to power up your. It's kind of like a spaceship to go to the next level. So you got to have so many. So you're really like trying to find them. So see, like those are all the ones I found, and see, I'm powering up the ship right now, and the ship just crashed.
And like,
Look, it's got you right there in the corner.
yeah, it was me that was playing.
in like Red Dead Redemption, do you have like a rope or something to like catch them, like get the zombies stuck?
Yeah. He throws his lasso.
Lasso.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so there is that. That would.
Yeah, Red
That's
Dead's a
gonna be cool.
really cool game.
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like how the zombies just run at you. It's like too hard for me.
I can't wait for part 2.
Right.
That's like my most wanted game.
And that
I have both of them.
The-
Redemption,
what's that
not
we were
zombies,
just talking
and
about?
Right.
the zombie kind.
Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Yeah, when's that?
They pushed that back a little bit too. Let me check
Yeah.
and I'll tell you exactly.
The 2 games I really want
Yeah,
are
me-
the 2 that.
I want that. Red Dead's my number 1, and probably Spider-Man's my next one. So my next on my list. But let me hear. Days Gone is up there too.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They've been talking about that for
Long time, over
A
a
year?
year.
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years. 2 years.
You know what though? As long as they make it good.
Right.
It's worth
Here-
the wait.
There's no date at the moment.
See?
Right.
But, well, like if you go on Amazon or whatever, it'll
Right.
tell you December 31st. If you ever see December 31st or January 1st, that means they don't know. And they're
Right.
just putting a date
Mhm.
to
Right.
hold it.
Till next year. then.
There's a big game show in the beginning of June, and that's usually when they announce all that stuff. You'll probably find out the exact dates then.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, because I've been waiting. I was actually looking on Amazon.
I can
because
barely
it's like,
hear
reserve
your
now,
voice in
reserve
that.
now. But
yeah.
I'm not reserving it.
I can
so know
barely
what's
hear
going
your
on.
voice on
Right.
that.
I have it pretty low right now, so I don't like hearing myself all the time.
But
All
thanks.
right.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
So. Yep.
Or then, if you want to play the game as soon as you get home, I'll set you
There we go.
for PlayStation.
I'll answer your questions in a second. Sorry, they had me talking. Let me go back and see what I missed. What's up, Mr. Baltimore?
How much for trade-in of Ugly Uncharted's 4?
Of Uncharted 4, I'd have to look. It's not much though, just because we get that game all the time. T-shirts, they're like $17 if you go to. Oh man, I just realized none of my stuff went down there. What the heck? Hold on one second, guys. I gotta put that down there. Broadcast settings. You're gonna. I can still see your comments here, but it. Why is my... There it is. I don't know why that wasn't there. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me see what comments I missed. And I'll look up. Oh, the Uncharted PS4 system. That's the 500 gig one, right? Let me look. Is that a 1 terabyte? I should know it, but I think that's 500. Let me look it up. Just 1 second. My computer is being slow. What's up, Paul? The ugly blue one. Yeah, that's what I figured. Right now, that one trades in for about 120, so not too bad. So I'll probably do a stream. Like 6 o'clock or so. I'm just gonna get over there and not worry about that. I got a place. I'll be streaming some God of War tonight. I'm gonna make sure I stream some God of War tonight. What's everybody playing? But you can order the shirts on you know what? Let me check the Teespring at the moment. Yeah, the shirts are like $17. If you go to ccgames.net and you just scroll down in the middle, you'll see a T-shirt. If you click on it, it takes you to the to where you can order the shirts. Yep, they are $16.99, so $17. Yeah, I don't make very much on them. I just make like $1 or $2. Teespring makes most of it. Pro Evolution at the moment. Yep, you're into the football. Did you like Detroit? I know I'm not gonna like it. It's just not my thing. It looks really cool, but I'm not into interactive movies. I gotta I like actually. I'm just not into interactive movies. If I want to watch a movie, I'll go watch a movie. I mean that's some people really like that stuff. Just not my thing personally. So what you think of the draft, Mr. Baltimore? I didn't pay too much attention to much of who the other teams took. I did see Baltimore pick the QB. Looks good, but something missing. I got to try the demo. Maybe I'll download the demo and stream the demo a little bit tonight. I can do my reaction to it. Browns, you know what though? They could have. They did do good. I'm not doubting them, but personally, I would have picked Barkley at 1, and I think they would have got Baker Mayfield at 3. If they really wanted Baker Mayfield, you could have got him at 4. I mean, I don't think the Jets were going to take him or the Giants, but I'm happy with who they got. They did good. They did good. I'm okay with getting Denzel Ward, too. We need a cornerback. So, hopefully Baker Mayfield doesn't even see the field this year. If he doesn't see the field this year, that means the Browns are doing good. What's up, Josh Nesbitt? NES-bit. Call you Josh NES-bit. My name is Kevin. I bet your name is Josh. NES-bit? Yeah. I prefer NES-bit because it's, Nintendo. Oh, man. Do I like boxing? Have you heard of Joshua selling out $90K at Wembley? Wow, that's cool. I'm not big into boxing, but oh, you were here before. Never. I thought I recognized your name, but I'm not big into boxing. I do watch boxing occasionally, but I'm not big into it. Hello. Yep. Oh my God, they're playing like crap. Yeah, they couldn't hit a shot. Yep. He had 7 points. Yep, he did. He's terrible. Ever since he hurt his thumb, he's been crappy. Is that all you wanted? Is tell me the Cavs suck? Yeah. Yeah, they. Oh my God! If they shoot like that again, they will. Yep. All right. Yeah. I don't want to think about it till tomorrow. All right. Yeah. All right. I gotta run. Bye. Now we're point blank for the PS1. Hold on. Hello. She said going to Leah's most likely tonight. All right. Okay. Do you want to go see a movie or something tonight? Do you want to see a movie or something tonight? I mean, I won't be home till yeah, it'd be a late movie. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Bye. And everybody's calling me. Sorry, guys. People only call me during my stream. Okay. Can you... what's that? Yeah, AFC North is going to be tough. Can you order Point Blank for? I don't have a Point Blank Urban Productions. I'm sorry, man. How do you guys always find each other? He's got your IP. Are you following him? You got a stalker, Josh. Urban Productions is stalking you. I don't have a Point Blank at the moment for PS1. I am debating though selling stuff on the stream. So I'd have to figure out though. The only thing is like I don't know. I'd have to figure out how much shipping is like for where everybody is in the world. Unfortunately, I will tell you like it's cheap for other countries to ship things to the United States. It's expensive for us in the United States to ship things overseas. We get screwed shipping things out. But people from other countries can ship stuff really cheap to us. So, like China can send a package to us for like a couple bucks, okay? If we try to send that same package to China, it's like $50. Yeah, but it's silly, Mr. Baltimore. Like it's not fair how like other countries can get it here so cheap, and the thing is like once it gets in our country, they're using our mail service, so our mail service is like subsidizing, the rest of the world. But I think what's happening is we're paying for it when we ship it out, so we're like covering the cost for them to ship stuff to us. My daughter I bought my daughter. It was like a prom dress one year, and it came from China because it was super cheap. But she ended up it didn't fit her right, so we were going to send it back. It cost more to ship it back than the dress was worth, so we ended up keeping it and we sold it to somebody else. But it was ridiculous. Like they shipped it to us for a few bucks. That's my little rant on shipping today. So I would like to sell stuff to people, but hopefully you're in the States because I could easily look up how much it would cost to ship it to you. I could do that like instantly. So if you're in the States and you want something, I probably don't have a problem setting something up if you want to buy something. The Prophet, yeah. Are you talking about that show called The Prophet? I actually kind of like that show. I thought that was a cool boss on Mario. Amiga karate game. I don't have any Amiga games at the moment. You just want the rarest stuff. You look like you're. Are you a collector? You must be. Look. Yeah. Well, it depends on the size, Mr. Baltimore. Yeah. And if you insure it you get $50 insurance, but if you insure it for more than $50, it costs more. There's a show called The Prophet. It's all about a guy that goes around and helps failing businesses make more money. Later, Paul. See your phone's gonna die. See ya. It's a show here in the States. It's kind of, it's like all those other shows like Bar Rescue or like Restaurant Rescue or whatever, where they help failing businesses just turn a profit. But it's more on the retail side of businesses. That's probably why I like it. The funeral? Who's having a funeral? So what all is, we know, you said something, what, hey, Mr. Baltimore, did you see they're making a college football game? It's called Gridiron Heroes. It's going to be generic. Oh, the phone's going to die. Ha. Good one. Went straight over my head. That's like a dad joke. And I usually do dad jokes to my kids all the time. You got me with it. Bad jokes for days. I do dad jokes to my youngest kid all the time. So that's a good one. I'll have to remember that next time they say their phone's going to die. I'll use it against them. China is finally getting Fortnite now. Oh man, there's going to be a lot more people. Hopefully it doesn't, hopefully hackers don't ruin it, because usually every time China gets into it, they hack everything and they ruin the online games. The most expensive item in my store. Here, I mean, I got a couple arcade games out there, so definitely the arcade games. I got a Centipede and a Mortal Kombat 4, which are for sale. But game-wise, I at the moment here I don't have anything too crazy expensive. I just sold a Mega Man 8 for Sega Saturn, which was pretty pricey. But right now, not much. I mean, some of the systems are like $150. I mean, Xbox One X is $500. I mean, that's still, you know. But if you're looking for old school stuff, Chrono Trigger maybe for Super Nintendo. At my other store, I have a Mario statue that's really worth a lot of money. And I have two Master Chief statues in the window, life size. So those are worth a ton of money. Urban flashing your cash. I just sold a few months back a Pokemon statue. That was probably the most I've ever made on a single item. Was that Pokemon statue? It was like a 4-foot Pikachu. Really rare. They only made like 600 of them. They're really rare. But that was probably my most profitable item ever. Not percent-wise, but dollar-wise. See, Chicken, you know, about that hack, they'll probably come out with another revision. What they'll probably end up doing, it's going to hurt Nintendo more than it would ever hurt me. Actually, when things get hacked, they usually sell more systems. So now that it's hacked, you'll see a lot of people want to buy them so that they can be pirates and hack shit. The thing that's scary for Nintendo is what people can do with that hack is they can put on their system, since they can upload and download to the system, they can basically tell the system that it owns like all these games, and then they can go on the eShop and download those games, and to Nintendo all it does is it checks the switch and says, yeah, you own this, you can re-download it. So there's going to be a lot of people downloading actually from Nintendo, like stealing from Nintendo because of that hack. It's pretty scary for Nintendo. The other thing that's going to suck for me personally, you're going to see all kinds of people cheating online. Now, the way they could get around that, though, is they can do another like update to the system, and people can still like hack it or whatever. But they can make it where, you know, it requires a certain level of the update to play online. Hopefully, they find out a way so people can't be hacking the online. I think they could do that, but I don't think they're ever gonna find a way to stop the piracy. What statues do I got? I have 2 Master Chiefs and I have a Mario. I have 2 life-size Halo 2 Master Chief statues. And I have I guess you'd say life-size Mario. It's about 4 feet tall. Those are really rare. And like I said, I just sold the Pikachu that I had. I wasn't as attached to the Pikachu, so I was willing to let that go. And since I have 2 Master Chiefs, we used to have a Master Chief at each store, but now we just have them both at our one store. Because that store has a cool, like, window display, and people can't get up and mess with them. And here, when it was just on the floor, like, kids would try to climb on it and crap. So we didn't want it to get hurt, so we just moved it to the other store. It still doesn't make you want to buy one? I love the Switch. I think the Switch is awesome. You're missing out. I love my Switch. I think the Switch is a really good system. And actually, the Switch, speaking of the Switch might actually end up outselling the Xbox One in, not this year, but next year. By next year, I think it'll outsell the Xbox One, which is crazy. But they've already sold 17 million Switches. And Nintendo actually is projecting this year to sell 20 million more. That's their projection. The only way they hit that number, it's kind of funny that they put that projection out, because the only way they'll ever hit that number is if a big game comes out. So now I know Smash Brothers has already been confirmed, but there's no way just with Smash Brothers that they would hit that number. There's got to be a Pokemon game coming out this year. And I think Nintendo, basically by putting out there that they plan to sell 20 million Switches, they kind of outed themselves that a Pokemon game's coming out. So I can almost guarantee you at E3 this year, you'll see a Pokemon game announced for Switch. That's the only way they're going to sell 20 more million this year. And that puts them at 37 million, and right now I think Xbox One's at 35 million sold. Now Xbox One's going to keep selling this year, but I think by next year the Switch will overtake Xbox One for second place, which is crazy. But it proves my theory once again. People buy consoles for exclusives, and Xbox just doesn't have a lot right at the moment. Switch has a lot. Sony has a lot. Microsoft just doesn't. Pokemon shiny. I've heard what I've heard is, since they have like Moon and Sun and Moon, and then Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I heard it's going to be like Stars, something like that. It's going to go, kind of like how they did with, like, they had Silver and Gold, then they came out with Platinum. So the Switch one's going to be like Stars or Universe or something like that. I don't know. That's the rumor anyway. And I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but man, do those games sell well. All right, well, Josh, like and subscribe so you can see the next time. I do this all the time. Hit the bell. Please. Thank you. All right, have fun in your next stream. If you see anybody, tell them about me. That might like a game store that streams. By the way, this is a badass game. If you guys have never played it, Axiom Verge, great game. Yes, thank you, Nightbot. Tell Josh, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I gotta make Nightbot say some more stuff. I gotta customize Nightbot some more. So what do you guys want to talk about? What should we talk about? Did you guys see, I think I talked about this the other day, but I was watching another video on it. The only Pokemon you have is Leaf Green. The only one I have is Pokemon Go. I did like Pokken Tournament, though. I like the fighting game. Do you guys see where IGN made fun of... They on their Twitter feed, they posted a picture of a graphical comparison of God of War on PS4 versus Xbox One. And of course, the Xbox One had a blank screen. I thought it was kind of funny, but I guess like all the Xbox fanboys got mad and complained, and IGN ended up taking it down, and then they apologized. I think it's silly. It's a joke. I think it would. Do you think people would have got mad though if they did like a graphical comparison, like Mario Odyssey on the Switch versus PlayStation 4, and they put a blank screen? No, I don't understand why all the Xbox fans got so mad. I thought it was pretty funny, and I think they made it worse by apologizing. I swear, like everybody gets so offended nowadays by everything. It's just, I swear, some people just get up in the morning. And like I swear they wake up and they're like, what am I going to be offended by today? And they look just for something to be offended by. Yeah, see, Chicken, the Microsoft people, they were all butthurt. Oh, Urban Productions, I hope from your lips to God's ears. I love Streets of Rage. Love Streets of Rage. And actually, on my 3DS, I have the Streets of Rage games. And that is the coolest 3D game there is on the Switch. It looks like a freaking pop-up book. I love it's 2D still, but the guys look like they're sticking up out of the screen. It's awesome. If you guys have a 3DS, get Streets of Rage, 3D Streets of Rage, or get this. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Bam. This one right here. You're offended that you have... What's up, Stu? Get this if you have a 3DS. This thing right here, it's all of Sega's like 2D games, but they're all 3D, and it's cool. It looks like a pop-up book. It has Power Drift, Puyo Puyo, Sonic, Fantasy Zone 2, Ultra Beast, Galaxy Force 2, Fantasy Zone 2, Thunderblade, Maze Crawler. I thought there was a Streets of Rage on here too. But this is a good one too. But you can download the Streets of Rage games as well. I guess Streets of Rage isn't on here. But Power Drift's a good one too. But all these games, these 2D games that they remade for 3D look awesome. Rumble Roses remake, that'd be cool to see, Chicken. You know what's, speaking of 3DS, when I went to E3 before the 3DS came out, I was at E3 and they had booth babes is what they call them. They had girls walking around with 3DSs in their hand, and the 3DSs were like tethered to them, so nobody could like just grab one and run off. But they would come around and show you the 3DS, and they showed it to us. And me and my business partner were there, and I remember him holding it in his hands, and I was standing off to the side of him. And I could see the 3D clear as day. So they like, when it finally came out, they used a different 3D screen than what they showed when they first originally launched it. They used cheaper screens. So Nintendo kind of did a bait and switch. They pulled a fast one on everybody. But one of the games that they were showing off on there, and it still hasn't to this day come out on 3DS, they did the original Punch-Out, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And it was it was the 2D Mike Tyson Punch-Out, but it was 3D. So the boxing ring was like flat, and the guys looked like they were sticking up out of the screen. It looked like you were playing Punch-Out on a pop-up book version of Punch-Out. It was the coolest thing I ever saw, and they never made it. I'm still mad to this day. Now that I'm talking about that. Rumble Roses. You just want to see hot chicks wrestle, by the way. What's up? But this is a good disc. This is a good cart right here. Time is it? How much time I got left? I have a half an hour. I hope they make a 3D Streets of Rage. I want a new Streets of Rage. I'm a sucker for beat 'em ups. I love beat 'em ups. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love the Punisher arcade game. Captain America and the Avengers. All that stuff. If it's a beat 'em up, I love them. I liked like Castle Crashers on the Xbox. That was a good beat 'em up on the Xbox. That one's backwards compatible now on Xbox One. I know they're repetitive, but like The Simpsons, I love The Simpsons arcade game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist on Genesis, probably the best one. What other game should they remake? Streets of Rage would be a good one. I'm going to throw this back. I'll be right back. Speaking of like 3DS, honestly, it blows my mind that we'll go back to the hack on the Switch. They've already, since that hack, people have already figured out a way to get GameCube running on it, all their old stuff. They got all the emulators running on the Switch. So I don't know how that'll affect Nintendo's online plans either, because Nintendo planned to, for $20 a year, you could play games online. But also part of that service was supposed to be you had access to their old catalogs of games. It was going to be Netflix style, so you would be able to like play all kinds of NES games and Super Nintendo. Obviously, it can run GameCube because people got the emulators working on it. But what blows my mind is that Nintendo doesn't release like DS or 3DS games on the marketplace. Like the Pokemon games would sell like crazy, and you could put the two screens just next to each other instead of like one above and one below. I guess Nintendo, they have so much money they don't care. They're not hurting for money, so they're not trying to make as much as they can. Nintendo is flush with cash. The company that has the most, though, is Microsoft. Microsoft has crazy money. So what's everybody's go-to game at the moment? I'm obviously on God of War. That's all I've been streaming. I should mix in some retro game streams. I don't want to watch Dragon Quest. All right, me and the wife are going to see a movie tonight. We're gonna go. I would like to go see Avengers. It's just not going to work out with time, so we're going to go see Blockers. Has anybody seen Blockers? It's kind of right up my alley because me and my wife are about that age, and we have a daughter that's 16 at the moment, so it should be kind of funny. So it's kind of geared right towards somebody my age. You guys are being quiet. Somebody talk to me. Somebody say something. I need interaction. I need somebody to talk. There's no customers in here at the moment because it's beautiful outside. And it's a Saturday night. You've seen Avengers? I'm going to go see Avengers next weekend. I'm hoping not that everybody doesn't spoil it before then, but now that I said that, someone's probably going to type spoilers in the screen. But I mean, I pretty much know what happens anyway. I don't care if I find out what happens. I still like to see that stuff. I don't get real mad at spoilers. The only time I got really mad at a spoiler, speaking of spoilers, is, oh my God, I was playing Red Dead, and I was actually taking a break at my other store. We used to have we used to have like a whole LAN setup of Xboxes, and we would have tournaments in the store and stuff. Xbox 360, and we had like 12 TVs and 12 systems. What's up, Del? Hey, are you in Cali? Are you in California? Did you make it alive? And by the way, Delv, I talked with my business partner about the shelves. We were thinking like $2 a shelf. So you can get as many as you want. Bring a truck. But I was playing Red Dead, and I was like towards the end. And if you guys haven't played it, everyone says hello. All right, hello everyone. If you guys haven't played it, I was like right at the end, and I didn't know yet that the main character. It's been long enough, so if I say a spoiler, I don't care if you guys haven't played it. The main character dies towards the end. And before I got to that part, they're like, "Oh, the guy comes over in my store and he goes, oh yeah, you're almost to the part where he dies." And I was like, I wanted to strangle the guy. How long are the shelves? 4 feet. They're the same shelves in my store. I think they're 48 inches. Here, let me grab one. I'll show you. And honestly, the more you take, the better deal I can do, Del. They're about 4 feet. And also, we have them like this where I think they're 3 inches or they're 6 inches. So they come out either 3 or 6 inches from the wall. So just let me know. I have hundreds and hundreds of them. So like, look at people are negotiating for you $1.50 and you got a deal. Anybody need shelves? Let me know. So, yeah. Look at people are negotiating for you. What's up, country and beer? Yeah, bring a truck, Delv, because it's like they take up a lot of room. Even like when you stack them, they kind of take up a lot of room. And I'll give you another tip: bring some gloves, because when you're picking up a bunch of them at a time, sometimes, man, fingers. When we were dealing with them, just to like move them and stuff, sometimes you pinch your fingers on these things, and it sucks. All right, you should live stream some California. Should live stream, yeah. I was just gonna tell you, like when I put the stores together, I can't tell you how many times I pinched my damn fingers on these shelves. Ugh. Yeah, I think we have some smaller ones too. We either have them in 2 or 4 feet, so yeah, we have some like that are a little bit smaller too, but the majority of our shelves are like this. So I have so many shelves. I have way more shelves than I ever need. I just need to get rid of them. So I figured $2 was pretty fair. We paid like $5 a shelf, so these were $5 when we bought them. So we looked up what we actually paid for them. What's up, Kevin Donovan? And actually, Dove, if you're still here, if you take more shelves, I'll make you even better deals. So the more you buy, the better deal you get. We'll figure something out. You didn't like the ending of part 1 on the movie. And I suck at Fortnite, by the way. I'm terrible. Yeah, one of my customers today, I'm going to gain weight. They dropped me off some cookies. Can you get that Atari? Where are you from, Damien? Which one? That one? Or that one? Jeremy, it would cost too much to ship it. I wish you were in the States. We could probably work something out. It just wouldn't be worth it with shipping. That's the problem I'm running into. Like, I just said this a little while ago on stream, but like it's real cheap for people to, from other countries to ship stuff to America, but it's expensive for us to ship stuff out. Hello.
How's it going?
All right. Do you need help at all?
Where are the PlayStation 3 games at along this wall here? Awesome.
Is there a certain one you live for? Or?
One of the Tiger Woods games.
Um,
Awesome. Let's see. 14, 13, 13.
They're all 20% off whatever the top price is.
Cool.
20% off that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. If you hear me talking over here, I'm not crazy. I'm streaming online and people are asking me questions.
Oh, cool. No worries.
So don't think I'm talking to myself.
Okay.
Figure, I always tell everybody because they look at me kind of crazy when they hear me talking. Don't worry, the camera's on me. Yeah, it's still expensive to the UK. So.
Pretty close to these. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, streaming has added a whole different, dimension to gaming.
Yeah.
Just watch other people play games.
Yeah, and a lot of people just like to ask me questions about games and stuff like that. So I don't mind talking video games. So
I wish they had that when I was younger, when Halo came out, so I could learn how to properly play Halo, like by watching people.
yeah, the only thing about it though is sometimes there's some people though that just don't play them anymore. They just watch.
Yeah.
It's kind of
South Park
bizarre.
did a whole
to me.
episode about that. Where
My daughter's one of them. My daughter like watches Minecraft all the time. She does play it, but very rarely. She's more likely to watch it than play it, which is
That's
I was
weird.
like, why would she just play it? I like watching. That's what she says.
Afraid of failure. The
I don't think-
inevitable failure of video
She
games.
likes playing it, but I
Although you can't really fail at Minecraft.
no,
You're
it's
building
you're
stuff.
just building stuff. So okay, so that makes this one 19.99.
Awesome. I get burned out on first-person shooters because I'm so bad at them. I just get mauled every
I
time
like
I play.
first-person shooters.
Yeah.
But some I'm bad at. 2566 is
Okay.
total. Let me hit authorize. All right, go ahead.
The first-person shooter I ever played was GoldenEye back on the N64.
That was so popular back then.
Yeah, one kid in my neighborhood had an N64, so we'd always just gang up at his house to play it.
I had one, but yeah, I actually N64 came out. I'm a little bit older. I was in college when N64 came out, but it was huge in colleges. I will tell you that in the dorms.
Oh yeah, I mean when I went
Yeah.
to college, I mean everyone had, like not everyone, but my gamer friends all had them. I brought my Super Nintendo.
Well, I had
which
Super
adore.
Nintendo and Genesis, but N64 came out while I was in college.
Yeah,
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Thanks, man. Have a good
Yeah.
one.
You too. Thank you. Have I seen the Adam Sandler movie Pixels? Yes, and actually, I actually like it. So I know a lot of people, for whatever reason, hate Adam Sandler, and they hated the movie. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it, and you know what's funny is I joke now with Billy Mitchell being caught for cheating. that Pixels was right because the one guy, the little midget guy, he's based off Billy Mitchell, and he cheated in the movie. It came out that he cheated back in the day. So I always say Pixels was right. It was a documentary. It was based on a true story. Just think, if it wasn't for Atari, wouldn't have been placed. Somebody would have made a game system. I mean, actually, like before Atari, there was like Odyssey, and there were other stuff before Atari. So, if it wasn't Atari, there would have been somebody else. But speaking of which, in college, I thought it was well done too. Actually, I liked Ready Player One too. Like, you know what? I was going to do a review of Ready Player One. It's too late now, but I actually really liked Ready Player One as well. I thought it was pretty good. Now, I know, and I have friends of mine that frickin' hated it. So, and they're like, oh, it's just nostalgia porn or whatever. And I'm like, so? I like nostalgia. I mean, I think some people just, like, I don't know. I get the feeling like some people that are that have nostalgia for things, they don't want to share their nostalgia with other people. So they like it, but they don't want other people to like that stuff. And I've seen like people. I'm big into arcade games, and I've seen a lot of people that are into arcade games, and they you know, it was cool when they were growing up. So, you know, and I sell all the old ideal and nostalgia. So I see like people want to relive their childhood. So a lot of people with arcade games, they want to buy the old arcade games because it brings up memories to them. It gives them good memories of when they were growing up, and they kind of relive their childhood that way. But I think like a part of people, like now that that's becoming more popular and more people are doing it, I see a lot of people like they're really into it until a lot of other people are. It's really bizarre to me, and I've seen this a lot over the years. I've seen a lot of my friends that were big into something, but then once it becomes almost mainstream, they hate it now because everybody's doing it. It's like, I was doing that before it was cool. Now it's cool. I don't like it. Now it's not cool anymore because everybody does it. I'm like the opposite. I think that's cool when you're into something before everybody's into something, and then it becomes cool. I don't get why people get that way. I kind of understand it, but it's weird. I wish I was better at articulating my thoughts, but I think you guys got the gist of that. There's just a lot of people that are anti-nostalgia because it's cool now. Sony's making a new He-Man movie. Oh, I loved He-Man back in the day, but man, when you go back and look at He-Man now, it didn't age that well. Those guys were... Man, if He-Man came out today, there'd be a lot more questions. I'll just say that. Yeah, country. You know what I mean? You got into it because you liked it. Why do you care that there's more people now, you know, into it? Like, I've seen a lot of my friends that are into something before it was cool, and then it becomes cool, and then they don't want to be into it anymore because everybody does it now. So, and you know what's funny is I am into what I'm into, and I like what I like, and I don't care what people think. Too many people care what other people think. I sucked. Kevin, I am not even gonna touch that because every time I think that or say it can't get worse, it gets worse. So I know there's nowhere to go but up now. We've hit rock bottom. So I wouldn't say good. I'd be happy with average. I just want to be average. Yeah, country, that's it. Like, if you like it, why do you care if everybody else likes it? You know? I don't know. I think some people they want to be unique, and then it's not unique anymore down the road. I've actually seen a lot of people with Nintendo, like, since Nintendo's become so popular to collect the old Nintendo games, now people are moving on to, like, more obscure systems. You know, they want to collect something that not everybody's collecting for. Now, that is a little bit financial with that, but I think I've seen it more with arcade games. There were a lot of people getting into arcade games, and now everybody's getting into arcade games, and everybody thinks they're cool. It's becoming more of a thing that the prices are going up, and now more people doing it, so it's not as cool. What's up, regular show? How are you? I gotta reprice this game. One has one. Laugh out loud. Well, and everyone has one. I got you. I'm on the same page, I feel as you. That's cool. Yeah, it's just bizarre to me. I'm playing God of War while watching me stream. Yeah, and I haven't been. God, my streams have sucked lately because, like, I swear, like, I sit down and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna play like an hour, and then like a half hour into it, my wife or my kids need something, and they're like, oh, I need you to do this, and I'm like, crap, gotta end the stream. Being an adult sucks. Sometimes. Tonight, though, I am going to stream some tonight. It is probably going to be. I'm going to a movie at about 8:00. So after I get home from the movie, later tonight, probably like 10:30ish, I'm going to stream for a good hour. I'm going to play some God of War. I want to play more God of War. Gonna play more. I suck at Fortnite. I like Fortnite, but I'm terrible at it. Then I'm probably gonna do, maybe tomorrow I'll do some retro game streams. Not sure why Black Ops 4. You know, actually, see, Chicken, I heard they ditched that because people didn't like it. I heard it's going back to more traditional gameplay. I heard they were copying, like, you know, that Overwatch style of with different classes and stuff like that. But I heard people in the playtesting hated it, so they're ditching it and going back. That's part of the reason they're ditching the single player, because they're crunched for time now, and they're going back to more of a traditional. I actually have a bad feeling the game's not going to be that great because they're really rushing now. And that's part of the reason they ditched single player. Speaking of that, I really don't care that they ditched single player. What's up, Miss Kelly? How are you? Long time, no see. NFL draft, well, it's been a drought for the Browns, but NFL draft, they did all right. I kind of want a Barkley, though. I'm kind of bummed. I don't want to talk too much sports, though, because I lose most of the people in here. What are you up to, Miss Kelly? No, not the Battle Royale part, but they were ditching the like the Overwatch style. Hello there. I'm an Xbox gamer, and I'm thinking of getting a PS4 for God of War. Yes, it's absolutely worth it, Boa. Plus, there's a lot of other exclusives that you only get on PS4. The PS4 has a ton of exclusive games, so and God of War, it's phenomenal. Yes. Oh, and speaking of like the Overwatch style, you know what I miss? There used to be a game back in the day. There was a Return to Castle Wolfenstein game. The online part of it was awesome. It was a for PC though, but you had different classes. You had an engineer, you had like a medic, you had a it was enemy territory. Return to Castle Wolfenstein, enemy territory. You had an engineer, you had a medic, you had a what other? Just an infantry guy. I was always the engineer, and the engineers could plant landmines, and they could disable landmines, and they could. You needed to break in and do things with the engineer. The engineers could disable things. Medics obviously would heal people. There was a specialist. That was the other category where you could, like, after you killed an enemy, you could take their clothes and you would appear like you were an enemy, so you could sneak around and the other team would think you were on their team, which was cool. I wish they would make a modern version of that. But it was kind of like Overwatch before Overwatch, because you had different, like one of the levels you had to escort this missile through that was moving slowly through the terrain, and you had to get it so far to take out a base. So it had stuff like Overwatch before Overwatch. Yeah, God of War it's worth it just for that. Yes. Hello? I don't know. You want one? Yeah, let me check. I just have one. Yep. Okay. All right. Yep. Bye. You love your Xbox, but you miss playing God of War. You gotta have both. I think there's just too many exclusives. I mean, I have both. I actually have I have the Switch as well. But I mean, I love Gears of War. I love Halo. But man, there's so many games on PS4. God of War is awesome. Horizon Zero Dawn is phenomenal. There's two right there that are worth owning the system for. You get all the other. Uncharted is phenomenal. There's a bunch of others. There's a lot of stuff. PS4, man, I like Xbox, but PS4 has so many more games. God of War is that good. I mean, just look at the reviews. It's getting a bunch of 10s and 9s. I think the lowest review I ever saw was a 9. It got more 10s than any. I think the highest rated game ever, I think, is still Zelda Breath of the Wild. But I'll be honest, I love Zelda Breath of the Wild. God of War is better. Anything Nintendo like gets a little bit of a bump in a grade. I think everybody just loves Nintendo that much that they overrate it a little bit. Even though Zelda is very, very excellent. Let's not do a console war. I mean, I love Gears of War and I love Halo, and there's a few other Xbox games I really like, but there's just more exclusives on PS4. No offense. Yeah, I mean, well, Sony. Speaking of crossplay, Sony doesn't want crossplay, and I can't blame them. I know, like a lot of game players don't like to hear this, but Sony sold over 70 million PS4s. They're closing in on 80 million. Microsoft's sitting at around 35 million. Microsoft would benefit a whole lot more from crossplay than Sony would. So Sony's not going to help them. And you know what's funny is when 360 was beating PS3, I think they wanted to do crossplay with PS3, and Microsoft wouldn't do the crossplay. So now Microsoft's acting like Sony's the bad guy when they were the bad guy last time. Why would you want to help your competition? If I was running Sony, I wouldn't do crossplay either. I mean, Sony does do crossplay like you do Rocket League, where you can play against people on PC. Sony just won't allow you to play people on Xbox. The new Tomb Raider, I saw the preview for it. It looked alright. Alright, guys, I'm still going to stream while I close up, but I have to lock the doors now, so I am officially closed. Xbox One might have better online. PS4 is pretty close. But see, PS4 has more people, so there's just more people online. GTA was a great game. I can't wait for Red Dead. Yeah, you know what? I'm not big into Ghost Recon, but it is pretty popular. That's cool. You like it. I can't wait for Red Dead. I am like dying for Red Dead. But I'm loving God of War at the moment, so. It looks pretty good on the Xbox One X. How they up converted it was pretty cool. I will say that. Actually, Panzer Dragon Orta, the original Xbox game, that looks really, really good up converted. Boa, here's the problem. I do know that. I do the Xbox One X, and I've said this. If you've ever watched me before, I've said this a lot. Xbox One X is super powerful, crazy powerful, a lot more powerful than PS4. Problem is, though, all the games they make have to still run on the base Xbox One. So you're not getting the full advantage of that. So that's why you don't see a huge difference between PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. Now, if they made an Xbox One X only game, which I am praying that they do, it will look amazing. And I don't know why Microsoft hasn't greenlit that yet. I think that's what Microsoft needs to do to really show off the Xbox One X. They need to make a game that only works on the X to take full advantage of it. Basically, the original Xbox One is kind of like a ball and chain around the Xbox One X. It's holding it back. In my opinion. But that being said, even though it's more powerful, it's all about the games, and they just don't have a lot of games on Xbox One X at the moment. They don't have a lot of exclusives. I'm sorry, they have a lot of games. They don't have a lot of exclusive games. It's all about the games. You know what's funny? PS4 and Xbox One are both way more powerful than the Switch. The Switch is still sold faster than both of them. So power is not always like the biggest thing when it comes to games. I mean, you can only play Mario games on a Nintendo system. Like, you can only play God of War on a PS4. You can only play, like, Horizon Zero Dawn on a PS4. You can only play Uncharted on PS4. You can only play Gears of War on an Xbox. So, really, it just depends what you're into. Like, the power of the systems are, like, almost secondary to what games they have. It's all about the games. All about the games. Only reason the Switch is doing as well as it is because it's got Zelda and Mario. And Splatoon and Pokken Tournament, and they'll have Smash Brothers here soon. But if Mario and Zelda didn't come out when when Zelda didn't come out when the Switch came out, Switch wouldn't have sold as good. But Zelda came out and it was so damn good that everybody bought a Switch. Actually, look at Minecraft. Minecraft was built super low budget, and Microsoft bought it for $2.5 billion. So there's your example if you want to look at a low budget hit. Minecraft was pretty much made by a couple guys, mainly one guy. It's all about the games. I mean, you could go back to NES and Sega Master System. The Master System was more powerful than the NES, but the NES had all the games. One second, guys. Gotta put my closet in the safe. My money in my safe. Put this back here. Put the bars on the door. All right, turn my. Gotta wait for my system to back up. And it's closing time. You don't have to go home. But you can't stay here. I got about 5 more minutes. Sorry, guys. But I got a date with the wife. So, if you guys want to watch, so I will be streaming tonight, probably about 10:30ish. I'm guessing 10:30, 11. I'm gonna stream some God of War from my house. If you want to come on and chat some more about games, tell me I suck at God of War. If you've played God of War and you want to help me, if you're further than me, and I'm stuck on a puzzle, I would appreciate the help. So, yeah, watch me tonight. I might stream a little bit. I'll probably stream tomorrow night too, but I'm off tomorrow night. I'm not going to stream from the store tomorrow. I'll be streaming on Monday from the store, but that'll probably be like 2 to 3 in the afternoon because I open that day. So, but later in the week I'll be streaming from like 6 to 7. I kind of like streaming from 6 to 7 when I close. So whenever I close the store, I will stream from here. And I close Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week, and I'm off Tuesday. So, yeah, I will be streaming those days from 6 to 7. So that's like my schedule. So 2 to 3 on Monday, Tuesday I'll probably just stream a little bit from my house. But I try to I usually get to stream from like 10:30 till like midnight at home. So like just whatever game I'm into at the moment. So if you guys want to come hang out, our store address is on ccgames.net. You can look up both stores' addresses on there at the bottom. You can send stuff to Kevin if you want. Send it to our Port Clinton location. That's where I'm at most of the time. But our address is ccgames.net. Scroll to the bottom. Well, don't ask where that stuff is, and I won't. Sorry. Apology accepted. I'll take the apology. Alright, I gotta send my file to my other store. My computer's being slow. No problem, country. It was probably on a day where I had a lot of trollers, and I just started banning everybody. It's on ccgames.net. It's here. The address here at the store is 2853 East Harbor Road, Port Clinton, Ohio, 43452. C&C Games. That's our address. But it is on ccgames.net at the bottom. I think it says About Us. You know what? I'll go look it up right now. Yeah, if you scroll to the bottom, it doesn't say Port Clinton, but the one says Fremont. I gotta update it. The other one just says 2853 East Harbor Road. It's right in the middle. It's right underneath the T-shirt on CC Games. My personal address isn't there. I'm not giving out my personal address, but the business address is there. But like I said, you guys don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I do gotta end it. I'm sorry, guys. I will be streaming later tonight, some God of War.